This episode may contain sensitive topics. Discretion is advised. Hello, and welcome to the Lusty Lounge. One of our hosts will be with you in a moment.
Why the fuck would she be at the entrance if she has to serve people drinks behind the bar?
I imagine. Okay, maybe she's. We're only good enough to have one hostess slash waitress.
She looks great.
Have somebody doing both.
Her tits look fantastic.
They take up most of her frame, so I hope so. But this is the Lusty Lounge, folks. This is what they refer to as a cold open. I am your host, Hughes, with my co-host, Suna.
I want to not be here so bad.
And Noodle.
Hi, I've had a handful of drinks.
And if you could not already guess, we have a fourth host with us today. Guest, would you like to introduce yourself?
What's up, guys? I'm Lando. I've been here before, and they've graciously, I guess, allowed me to come back for this. Happy to be back, guys. Last time I was here, Noodle wasn't here, so, get a new vibe for it, you know what I'm saying? They seem cool, you know what I'm saying? Let's do it, man.
Yeah, she's only allowed because she shows Suna her boobs.
Yeah, that's pretty much it,
you.
honestly.
How rude.
Why are you so upset?
I gained more comprehension, but apparently not.
That's my hot take.
It's not a hot take if it's a true sentiment.
Go fuck yourself. That's not a true sentiment. You will eat my big bag of dicks, you bitch.
I was using that as a transition into the topic.
Honestly,
for today's
that kind of
episode.
sounds more appealing than being here, so.
Leading into this episode, I was trying to get to our topic. We are doing hot takes of the NSFW variety in this episode. For those of you who, because apparently I had to explain this to get several guests. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I went around and asked previous guests, including Lando, for not safe for work hot takes. So stuff that most people don't think about or say about the not safe for work community or art or topics of that general variety that would probably get you in trouble, but you want to say them anyways. That's about right. Wouldn't you guys say?
Yeah, I mean,
sure.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I wouldn't necessarily say stuff
actually,
gets you in trouble.
I guess I do have a hot topic, actually.
Do you have a hot take? Sweet.
Actually,
see, that's all it took for me to get it out of her.
Explain it. Yeah, I have a hot take, but as somebody of trauma, so we're gonna have a.
All right, Noodle, you go first.
No, somebody else go first.
Well, Puce has all of them because we just kind of went, eh?
Yeah, apparently I'm the only one who has hot takes from the hosts. These two are lame.
Hey, nigga, I said I got one.
All right, give me your one.
No, we're not going to open with
To be
it.
fair,
Oh my God,
Let's hear
people.
it. Let's hear it.
Hold on. I will explain. I will explain why I simply do not want to go first. Mine is a place of trauma that deserves a place of more grace because
like an AA meeting or something? Like
painful. Shut up. Because I have not explained such pain in its degree of its specific trauma. It is a non-con trauma, and I'm not ready to delve in that. So, someone else go first. I have no problem explaining it once someone else has gone first.
Well, Puce has got the list, man. Let's hear the first one.
All right, so we'll start with one of my coworkers. They would like to stay anonymous because I was talking to him about it last night. So one of his hot takes is girls who do dom content need to film from a lower angle. And I quote, "I am lower than you. Make me feel like it."
I don't think that's a hot take. I think that's just factually correct. That's just like
so hot.
I think that's their poor cinematic choices.
That's more of a
cinematic choices
suggestion.
matter depending on the angle. Depending on the angle is how I will view you. If you're doing it only from higher angles, you are without a doubt higher than me. My brain will immediately view you as a god or of higher ship of such.
Admittedly, I get where he's coming from.
I understand where he's coming from as well, just not as a hot take. That's more of a complaint.
Listen, all of the things I got, all of the takes I got from our guest were lukewarm at best.
Fair.
So I was happy to get something.
Oof.
Nobody gave me that volcanic take that was going to destroy the universe or anything. So I was a little sad. But I'm glad we can all agree that dominant women need to do better filming.
Yeah.
Or just the ones he watches.
True.
I think it was more of a suggestion, really. I don't think that's much of a hot take. He's like, if I'm beneath you, shoot from a lower angle. That way I can enjoy this porn more. But that's just my take on his take.
See, that's what we're here for, is judging and making other people feel bad for their hot takes.
Yeah, let's push them down and
Hell yeah.
Give them noogies and stuff.
All right.
My hot take. As somebody with a
Now we're good?
with a
That was
CNC
all it took to warm that up.
I can as easily drop the fuck out. Anywho,
There.
as somebody with a CNC kink, con non-con, I enjoy the
Just gonna Google that.
consensual non-consensual. I agree, yet the agreement is not set upon during the act of sex or the act
You
of
agree
play.
to stuff before it all happens.
Yeah.
But
So as much as I am saying no, that no is literally yes.
Is that one of the
very much
things?
how it is.
Is that one of those things where you gotta like type out a contract? Like I feel like I need for stuff like that I need a
No.
contract involved.
Yes and no. It depends on how the personality is.
And
But-
like video evidence. Like before this happens, this is a video of her signing this legal contract, Your Honor.
that's one of those. That's one of those kinks where they have a specific safe word.
Yeah, the specific kinks that have a safe word. I agree. The moment of which something is, the whole situation of like, stop. I don't know. I suppose it outskirts the normality because I could be screaming no, even though that no means yes, in that context of person. And it can degree to multiple levels of no until it hits that safe word, even though it probably won't ever reach that safe word. And because it's...
Are we still talking about
No.
non-consent, or
Yes,
have you
non-con.
finally found your hot take?
No, non-con is what I'm referring to.
No, I'm saying, have you found your hot take, or were you just...
That is the hot
still
take.
babbling?
Non-con is the hot take.
Oh,
it
just
is
non-con
hot.
in general is the hot take.
It's hot. I don't care what anyone
No, you need
says.
therapy.
I have therapy and I know it's hot. It's
Get
so hot.
more of it.
I don't care. I have a lot of it. It changed from 30 minutes to an hour. I know I've got issues, but it's hot. It's so hot.
I don't think that was a hot take. I think that was just an admission.
Both.
All right, now, Noodle. When we have this in-person episode, I'm gonna have to remind you that we had this episode.
I'm gonna give you the safe word and you'll be fine.
I bet.
Pineapple. Anywho, doesn't matter.
So a hot take that seems to be shared amongst myself, Fibulus, and it sounds like Lando also shares this, is that Fuda is at least in part somewhat gay.
Yes.
No,
agree.
I disagree.
No.
No, I
I agree.
disagree
It's
with
gay.
that.
It's
My
gay.
hot take is the exact opposite of that, actually. And I will explain why. No,
So you say
check it out.
Fuda
No,
is
dude,
not
I'm about
gay.
to fucking have an autism fit, dude. Check this out. Okay, so check it out. When I first started doing not safe for work art, a lot of people would hire me to do Fuda stuff, and I was like, okay, this is odd, this is gay. But he's like, no, I'm straight though, and I'm like, this doesn't seem straight. But then, dude, after a while, I started connecting the dots. Right, I'm like, I know why straight people can watch Fuda hentai, and it's not gay. Okay, hear me out. Poos and Suna, I don't want to make accusations, but I assume both of you are straight, right? You're both straight.
Yes.
All right. So
Yeah, pretty much.
So you also watch straight porn, right? A dude and a girl, defying the Lord. You watch that, right?
I've got a friend who is straight and only watches gay lesbian porn because he's afraid to watch male porn.
He
All right,
is
so-
the most straight.
All right, so here's my theory. This is why watching Fuda hentai is not gay, right? Okay, so from the two dudes, well, three dudes besides myself, so the two dudes in here that are straight that watch straight porn, what is the best part about straight porn? The girl, right? The girl getting, you know what I'm talking about, right? That's the best part.
Nigga, you were almost 40. Just say
I'm
it.
not 40, and I'm not almost 40. The best.
Almost.
No, I'm not.
You're like 30
I'm
something.
freshly 30, bro.
30 something.
I'm fresh 30, bro.
technically 30-something. It's just
That's
not
upsetting.
something.
We are the same age.
How's it upsetting?
I'm 27. I'm still young.
Because I can say the words and you can't. That's why.
Look, man, I'm just trying to be. I can say it. It's just there's a lady present.
Lando's being a kook.
Not Pews, Lando.
Say
This is a
present.
fucking not safe for
Fuck.
work podcast. You can say the words.
Okay, I'll say it.
Fuck.
All right. Okay, so when you're watching a girl and a guy in porn fucking, right? So they're fucking. That's the best part. The girl getting fucked. If you're straight, that's the thing you came for. That's the thing you clicked the thumbnail for. That's why you're there, right? That's the best part of straight porn. What's the worst part of straight porn? If you're straight,
The dude.
The dude, exactly. That's the thing. Okay, so this is the thing with Fuda. It gives the perfect combination of what you want from straight porn and the thing you need but dislike from straight porn. It gives you the hot chick with big tits, feminine body, feminine attitude, but they have a dick, and 9 times out of 10, they're fucking a woman. So, if anything, it's super straight, because I don't know about you guys, every time I fucking watch straight porn, I always get annoyed by the guy going, like, dude, shut up. I'm pretending to be you. Shut up. You're ruining this for me. I hate you.
I don't ever pretend I'm the dude, but I understand what you're talking about.
I understand what you're talking about as the woman, but my interpretation of men in the quote-unquote moment is I'm done.
Yeah. But
So
that's the
I'm
thing.
just kind of
But that's the thing, Noodle.
Two thrusts, that's it.
But Noodle,
Look,
that's the thing, though.
I have a specific pick. We're not gonna go.
That's
there.
the thing, though.
Yes.
In straight porn.
Hey, yo, wait, hold on.
In straight porn, dude. When you're watching that, the guy is gonna go very, very lightly. Like you're not gonna hear him much. But when you do,
I
it's
don't know.
always
That's
the
like
time.
I pick specific men who are loud. I need that confirmation of the or else my brain is stupid. If I don't hear that, if I don't hear, okay, maybe this is too much information. From 2 fingers, it's too much. Trust me, I will feel your intrusion. It will not be an issue. I struggle to take 2 fingers. I will remember you.
Noodle just said she likes a small dick and she doesn't care who knows it.
Under 6.
Under?
Under. If you hit
Dude.
6 and you're a little thick, If you hit her for 7, don't touch me.
So that's why I
me.
fuck. That's why I
touch
fuck
me.
with Noodle. That's why I fuck with Noodle. She's holding it down for the below average guys.
If you're 5 inches,
That's what's
that's
up.
perfect. I've never had anal. I don't plan on it. Well, I do plan on it, but for a selfish reason.
You want money, we know. We
No,
already had that episode.
Not even.
No? No? Okay.
If I ever have anal, I guess this is a hot take. We'll call it a hot take. I only ever plan to have anal if I ever get in trouble with my person of choice.
Stop talking. Stop talking.
Like if I fuck up
Go on.
and like let's say I do something that's indescribable to my person mate. And I've never had anal. They can take my ass. It's theirs. Untouched. The only virgin thing about me, because I don't have a gag reflex. The cootie cat can only take under 6 inches.
Well, I mean, like
But anal has never been touched.
You do a little like prep work beforehand, right? You know what
Well,
I'm saying?
of course.
Okay, all right,
Of
all right.
course.
Well, it can't, because like that's the thing with anal. Anal isn't a spur of the
No,
moment
going
thing.
in raw. Fuck it.
But overall, with the cootie cat, everything else is anal. I don't gag. There's no gag reflex. But with but with anal, that's untapped resources. That's somebody's life. And I would rather give that to my quote-unquote husband or future partner if I ever fuck up. That's my hot take. The ass is somebody's if I ever fuck up.
So if you fuck up, they can fuck
okay.
you up.
Like if
basically,
I ever
is what
do
you're
a
saying.
terrible thing in their eyes, Yeah. Take that ass. No, consequences.
If you ever do a terrible thing in their eyes, they can do a terrible thing to your brown eye.
Yeah. For sure.
Your brown eye.
For sure. But after, like, an anal plug or two, after I get adjusted to quote unquote the feeling.
But that's what's up. But I mean, long story short, yeah, if you're straight and you watch Fuda, I don't think it's gay. Honestly, I think if you're a dude and you get your asshole licked, that's also not gay. I don't know about Poos and Suna, but I'm telling you right now, gentlemen, you ain't lived till you've had your asshole licked. And I'll die on that hill.
Crazy.
Nah, stay away from my butt.
Crazy.
No. I'm talking about from a lady. If a lady licks your asshole, that's love, bro.
You weren't supposed to hear that.
I'm still saying stay away from my butt.
That's love, bro. Because we're not very well maintained down there, us fellas. You know what I mean?
Speak for your fucking self. I clean myself.
Do you shave your asshole?
Shave, no, but there's not much hair down there anyway. I'm not a very hairy motherfucker, so.
Yeah, true.
Except for my face.
Dude, it's like fucking Vietnam down there for me, bro. Like you don't want to go fucking lurking through that conga. I'll tell you right now, ladies.
Puce, what's the next hot take?
This one's a little bit of a softer take from an anonymous guest. Sex is a form of procrastination.
What the fuck?
I would agree, but I don't agree because I like sex to Okay, hold on. Let me carefully phrase this. I do not consider foreplay or the consider of like making out and groping each other as the form of sex. That's just its own thing. Sex itself, where it is full penetration, under 10 minutes to 15 is unacceptable. I could kill for 15. If we're making out and touching for a long time, like 45 plus minutes, I don't sex could last 5 minutes. The in and out action could last 5 minutes, and it's perfect.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I feel like a lot of ladies like the build up more.
I'm in there, boys? Question mark? Confused?
I think a lot of ladies like the build up. I think my girlfriend always says she always says, if you're a girl, coming is a mental thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I can understand like this person's hot take though. But honestly, this is just my experience. I think it depends on your age. Like if I was like 21 again, like I'd use sex to waste a little time. Like, oh man, I work a part-time job. I got to be in at 3. You want to fuck? Let's waste some time. But like I'm 30 now, bro. Now it flips. So like when you hit 30, it flips. You're like, okay, do I have time to fuck? You know what I mean?
See, that's where I was coming at from this one. When I read their hot take, I was like, I get what you mean. It's a time waster, but I'm old. It's a time taker.
It is, yeah.
I guess I can't be considered old then, so because I want to disagree.
Well, I think everybody's position's different on it. I mean, it may come down to how busy you are. It may come down to how often you're home, how often you're with your partner, how often, you know what I mean, how busy they are. I think it all just depends on how busy someone is or how busy both people are. Like,
I mean,
you know.
I mean, my left hand's attached to me, so it's with me all the time, so.
Oh, we're talking about masturbation too in this category?
I would include it.
Oh, well,
I was making a joke, but all right,
dude,
cool.
Dude, if masturbation's in this, it's 100% a time waster. 100%. If we're talking masturbation.
I mean, quite literally is a waste of time. Factual, scientific.
Yeah, we're all
scientifically.
We're all someone's wasting time.
I'm assuming. If you live by the fact that procreation is like the end goal for humanity.
It's different for guys though. It's different because once you nut, that's kind of it.
She's got a point.
What are you talking about?
She's speaking reason. I'll have to agree.
Wait, nut once?
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's.
Oh, who the fuck are you hanging out with?
Yeah, but when you nut, that nut is going and you're like tossing it and it's wasted.
Okay. I'm inclined to agree with that. But if you're nutting in a person, I don't think it's wasted.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like the masturbating part is the waste.
My precious seed wasted.
You can
Hey,
just
some
make
people
more
think that
of
way.
it. Just make
But
more of it.
the more thing I'm referring to is more of a.
Go on.
Noodle saying the guys she's been with are one time hit it and quit it.
They have never been one time hit and quit it.
I think what she's trying to say is, I think.
Hit.
Well, I'm saying they last one time and then they roll over and fall asleep.
Otherwise known as a one-pump chump.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
One pump chump.
There was somebody who was gonna get the
It's a
second
shame.
time out of me, but my legs were too weak and I rushed away.
Well, you did a good job.
See,
then.
that should be the
There's
end
no
goal for
there's no
men.
point in doing the same job twice if you got it done the first time.
No. Shut up.
I'd say if you have to go back to a job you started, you failed.
Shut up. I don't want him to
I
come.
don't want to hear that from the artist who takes more than one sitting to finish an art piece.
Well, it depends on the complexity of the art piece.
Nah, nigga, not here it don't.
Wait, so okay, how? Oh, well, that's an interesting question. No, I'm actually curious. How? Okay, you've seen my work, Suna. How long do you think?
To be fair, Lando, he is talking about his art being sex. Clearly your art does take time.
Oh, I was like, oh, dude, how long?
Was also making a joke. Are the jokes not landing? Is it the autism? I'm confused.
Yes, it's the autism.
All three of you niggas are autistic. That's right.
Everyone we have on the show is autistic.
I mean, I wouldn't say full blown. I'd say more like a touch of the tism, but you know what I mean. It's fine. Just a touch.
Maybe I opened my gin today.
All right, Suna, have we had enough hot takes for you to give your hot take?
No, give me one more.
All right. So,
please.
Coming from Variety, more people are kinkier than they realize.
For sure.
I think they just don't know about that stuff.
I'd say a lot of it's an accident.
Can I say, I actually have a degree to talk about this with a movie I have recently watched.
You have a degree?
A degree in which to talk about this?
Oh, okay. You don't mean a college degree. I was like, where the
no,
heck did you go to college?
I have one of those.
Not in which you're all expecting.
I was going to say, you don't even have your high school degree.
Damn, dude, shots fired.
No,
he didn't throw shade. He threw the whole tree.
No, I'm a high school dropout.
You're a GED fellow.
No, I'm a dropout. I don't even have my GED. I'm just a dropout.
Don't feel bad about that. GED stands for Good Enough Diploma.
No, I don't even have anything close to that. I tried. My brain did not keep you. Anywho.
And look at you now. You're the host of a famous podcast.
Stop, my
Fucking
brain.
wishes she was.
Stop, my brain. It can't take it. Please, the ego. It'll burst.
What is she drinking on? I'll take 2.
Stop.
Something that she's had like 3 or 4 of at least.
I'll take 2.
Please.
Get it? Because we're at a lounge.
Please, I'm just trying to get out this fucking movie title and you people are killing me.
Alright. Get out the words, Noodle. Lando and the rest of us will hush for a moment.
It is called The Secretary. It is a BDSM movie with Maggie Gyllenhaal and James Spade. I mean, it is a deeply BDSM movie when it comes to like the nonchalantness of NSFW stuff into RL.
Yeah, I'm looking at some images on Google.
I have watched the whole movie and
I definitely want to check this out.
It's a great movie. It's a movie I desire to own.
I don't know what this screenshot's from the movie. She's got like a carrot in her mouth and she's giving the ahagao face. I'm down for that.
I know what movie you're talking about. I know what part you're talking about. It's when they get married.
He's got this bitch eating out of her hand like a horse, dude.
It's such a great movie. It kills me. My submissive soul and heart screams for it.
It's like it was made for you, Noodle.
I wish.
So we all agree that yes, most people are kinkier than they think.
Yes,
They just need the exposure.
Yes, it depends on the exposure, and I feel like, yes, I agree. There are people. I have read hundreds of comments of people from TikTok with that too as well. They were like,
No, I think it's trauma.
Well, that too. I mean, like, dude, I was talking to
Yeah.
a furry this one time, and I was like, so how did all this start? And he's like, well, I was watching Rescue Rangers, and I'm like, stop.
but it is such a good movie, and there are those who find it through that and discover themselves in the kinky way. And that's beautiful. Also lewd, but beautiful.
Yeah, I'll be watching a movie every now and then. I'll be like, I got the weirdest boner now. I guess I'm going to hell.
Only if you waste it. All right, Suna, that was your one more. What's your hot take?
Shota and Lolly artists are the most brave people because they have to put that shit out there with like full confidence.
No, they just need to be arrested.
No, I don't agree, because sometimes those Fuda and lolly artists draw some good, quote unquote, not from me, from my own. I'm gonna throw you under this, under the sun, Jay Sean. That homie's like feet. It just depends on who.
Mine's not even like a real take. It was me and my friends going, what's the most fucked up thing you can say? And I'm like, I'm not gonna say that. Say this instead.
I guess they are brave, but also stop drawing that stuff.
Okay.
That's my opinion on that hot take.
Regarding that hot take, as somebody that draws NSFW, that's the one thing I won't draw for people. It's
understandable.
It delves into a realm I'm not, because like here's the thing with art, dude. When you're drawing art, you have to look up references, and I don't want to look at references of that.
Wait. Now I have a question.
Okay.
I send like Kama Sutra references to my friend who edits my art depictions in fanfic style. I send her those. Is that helpful?
I mean, is there a detailed illustration of like the
Yes.
of the
For
pose?
sure. Yes.
Yeah,
Um,
and that's
I send
great.
it to her.
The more
when she edits
references
my
you
shit.
send, the more references you send.
I want to say yes, but if she's more of a words person, then maybe not as much. But if she's a visual learner, it's fine.
It's kind of both. She does both art and drawing, but she prefers when I like detail the shit, and she never answers my question when I'm like, is my detailing enough?
Well, yeah, she's too busy fingering herself.
She's too busy catching
Don't
a
say
thumb.
that about my. Don't say that about my lewdy woman.
Oh, you're drunk.
Noodles
Okay.
drunk.
Moving on to the next hot take, folks.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Soylent Orange with bimbofication is all an artist does. If bimbofication is all an artist does, and it always ends up with women becoming brain dead, dumb dumpsters, completely subservient to men, with no intelligence or agency. I have a real serious question about how they view women. There's it's fantasy, don't yuck my yum, and then there's fucking whores, why don't they date me? So essentially saying bimbofication can be a bit too extreme. Maybe diversify how you're bimbofying folks.
I do agree with what you said, but it depends on how much the artist can separate themselves from the art, and if they truly believe in what they draw, I guess.
How much ideology they're putting into their art.
Yeah, like when I learn how to draw in like 80 years, I don't believe you can fuck a dragon, but man, I'm gonna draw this dude fucking this dragon. Yup.
All right, Lando. What are your thoughts?
Well, I guess it depends on the nature of the client because I actually do art. So I mean, it for me personally, it's all dependent on what the client wants. But I personally kind of when you say bimbofication, I mean I just draw chicks a little exaggerated. I give them huge tits, wide hips, and big fat juicy asses. But I mean, if anyone actually follows my OCs and stuff, there's actual character there. They're not just like mindless whores. I mean, one of them is, but I think it's different strokes for different folks personally. Am I a fan of it? I mean, it. Well, that's the thing with fantasy, right? When you're separating fantasy from reality, it gets a little jaded because, like, I personally, in the real world, don't like a hot woman that's completely brain dead. I like a woman, me personally, that can actually hold a conversation. I like relatively intelligent women. So, I mean, as far as there being too much of it, I wouldn't say so, but at the same time, it's porn, man. Whenever you watch a porn, do you ever think to yourself, I wonder if she went to law school? No, you're here to see her body and her, you know what I mean? So I think it all just depends on what the person's asking for. I personally don't think if someone likes drawing bimbo-fied art that they think women are like dumb or stupid, although some people out there do exist.
Yeah, to be fair, I'm extracting a little bit more than what he put into it, of asking if bimbofication is too much, but what he was more worried about is the person who's drawing it or writing about it having those thoughts of women are second-rate citizens or whatever, essentially. He's worried about those thoughts.
If they think that, I disagree, but I mean,
no, I get where he's coming from. I don't know if. So, okay, in our personal experience, most of the artists we talk to here are in relationships, so I think artists are doing okay.
Yeah. All the artists that we've talked to have been very pro-sex, women's rights, all of that stuff. So, as far as we're concerned, there's no problem. But I know what he's saying is there's people that definitely have some crazy, incel vibes.
Yeah, true. I mean, I will say this, though. I mean, just because I'm in a relationship, if I see a hoe being a hoe, I'll be like, look at that hoe over there, man. And I ain't talking about like a regular hoe. I'm talking about like she got her titties out and like, her skirt's like coming halfway up her ass. That's like quality hoe right there, brother. I'm all for it.
Actually, that leads perfectly into our next hot take. Moose Track says that the lure of the unseen is sexier than the bare flesh. Continue. Give me the swell of huge breast under a shirt versus two swinging udders. Underwear covering bits versus a bit of skin revealed. I've got a great imagination, and I prefer to let it go to work.
I feel like, as somebody with big boobies, I feel like the underboob is more desirable in my silly little brain because it doesn't give away a lot, but it does give away enough to be tantalizing.
I think Moose would agree with that. I think he was mostly like saying, don't draw the micro bikini, draw the underboob.
But I like the micro. Okay, it depends on the art style and the subject matter. But since it's solely art, I'm gonna have to mildly disagree. I like the titty. I like seeing the 79,000 different types of nipples. I like that. I'm the weird one here, so disagree.
So Suna, you are the type of show me it all type.
For titties, yeah. For me, it is like wholly dependent on the art style and the subject matter. Cause like, we will not use a VTuber. Okay, so for Ryza, because I need to play Atelier Ryza 3 at some point, I don't want to see her half naked. I'd rather see her in what's the word you use? Scantily clad clothes. That is more attractive. But on the flip side, the new girl, Yuma, the new Atelier protagonist, I want to see her naked. So It's dependent.
I can definitely see where you're coming from, but I'm more of the moose trash.
Yumiya, that's her name. Yumiya. Sorry.
But I mean, to a certain extent, I agree because well, I mean, it's hard to say because I mean, I'm an artist, and I will say drawing a character completely nude is faster, it's cheaper, and it gets the job done faster. However, I mean, y'all guys have seen my OCs, for example. Like, I got an elf chick that wears a really tight tank top and Converse and short shorts, and it's really tight fitting, and I feel like that does the job better than being fully nude because I mean fantasy what goes on in our
Yes.
head is way better than what we see like when it's all revealed because I mean think about it, if me, Suna, and Poos were both like 14, right, and let's say we were chilling at the schoolyard after school and like the school hot chick walked by, right, and she took her sweater off and she's got like a tight shirt on or whatever, we'd both look at each other like, dudes, what the fuck, Stacy took her sweater off, like, you know what I mean, because like it's not the fact that she's naked, it's the fact that we're all both three thinking what it looks like, you know what I mean, we're all using creativity. And I feel like that's
there's
important.
more fun imagining.
So
Yeah.
that's my take, but I will say if you ever commission me for a full nude character, it's going to be cheaper and it's going to be a lot faster because all I'm painting is skin tone. I don't have to worry about overlapping wrinkles with clothing, see-through stuff, fucking any of that. It's a lot easier and it's a lot faster if you're an artist. So I feel strongly on both terms, but me personally, I prefer a little bit of squeeze, a little bit of mystery. You know what I'm saying?
That was actually a really good take from you because I was like, oh, we have no artist representation, and then you're like, I got you.
Well, it's funny. I actually just finished a safer work piece. Like I've been getting a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh commissions lately, and they wanted me to do the silent magician for them. And I was like, okay, and I go through my regular Rolodex of questions, like, okay, how nude are we going? You want her titties out? This, that, and they're like, oh no, this is safer work. Just give her big tits. I'm like, oh, so you actually want a fully robed magician chick with big tits? And they're like, yep, that's what I want. We're like, oh, okay, this is actually gonna be a lot more fun then. And it was.
From Fibulous, we've got, if you want to become a not safe for work creator, I believe 3D animation using preset models is a substantially easier way to go about it than learning how to draw. I see where he's coming from.
Wait, what? Repeat that.
If you want to get into not safe for work content creation, using preset 3D models is the easier route to go. So like buying a 3D model of Raven and like posing her in the 3D landscape is easier.
Ooh, I can't wait to
than
answer
just
this.
drawing Raven.
Ooh, I can't wait to answer this.
I think that's our first actual like hot take opposed to what I said.
What's funny is he's like, this is my most harmless take, and I'm like, all right, we'll see. This is probably the hottest take we got, so I give Fibulous props for that, because everybody else's was very lukewarm.
So, like, on a technical level, I am 100% inclined to agree. Learning to draw takes years and years. Blender's just some button presses and mouse movements and, like, maybe 24 hours worth of work. Not, like, at 24 hours straight, but, like, broken up over time. But, like, I'm inclined to agree. Like, he got a point. It kind of is. It's more of a headache because you might not be able to have a computer that can handle that, but like, nah, I don't think he's wrong. Oh.
Lando, let's take the cap off of your opinion and let it fly.
Well, brace yourself because this fucking Sprite bottle just got filled with fucking Mentos, all right? So check it out. It depends when he says I think he's using the wrong word when he says draw because he's talking about animation. So from what it suggests, he thinks using a 3D model is going to make it easier to animate, and I disagree because I think drawing and animating are two totally different skill sets. That being said, I feel, because I mean, I've animated, I've worked in the industry and stuff. I can animate kind of, sort of okay, I'm a humble guy. But like I will say, drawing 2D versus animating 3D, it's a totally different ball game. And I personally think animating in 3D is a lot more difficult than animating in 2D because you're working with 3 dimensions. You're working with physics. You're working with like, kinematic outputs. You're working with like the human body, how it functions like in a very realistic way, like when you see real porn or something and a girl's riding somebody, you see her ass jiggle a little bit. With 2D animation, that's only 2 or 3 frames. With 3D animation, you actually have to go in and tweak settings and like move geometry and move stuff around in 3D space. You actually, I think if you're a 3D hentai animator, you have to have an even greater understanding of 3D space. So the fact he says it makes it easier to draw, which in this case I assume he means animate, I disagree.
No, he does not mean animate. He means draw. He's an artist. He's just now learning animation, so he 100% means draw.
So well, I mean, are we talking about like video or are we talking about imagery?
Imagery. I'm pretty sure he means he feels like it is easier to figure out how to make a 3D model move than it is to go from square one of drawing.
Oh, well, then that I agree. If he's just posing a model around.
Yeah, he's talking straight from 0 to like you're an artist versus taking like a pre-made model of like Raven from Teen Titans.
Oh.
And moving around.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
You really like your Raven, huh?
That's the first thing that comes to mind. That was the last
it's
thing
fair. I'm just giving you shit. You gonna send me the link of what you saw?
I already did. I sent it for the artist, I think. Oh no, I didn't. This was somebody I saw and forgot to share.
Oh,
slacking.
Well, I'm sorry.
It's the boombox Raven.
No, you're good.
You know what I'm talking about.
Well, if we're talking in terms of just moving a model around versus drawing the pose out itself, then yeah, I agree. 3D model is a lot easier and faster. 100% I agree. But if we're talking in terms of animation, that's a totally different ball game.
Yeah, he's talking from ground up drawing versus buying a 3D asset and use just that.
Well, if anyone listening is curious on the processes of animation, 2D versus 3D, there you go.
I knew where you were going to go with it, Lando, and I was like, I'm just going to let him go off because I was like, this will be more fun for the episode.
Okay.
Once he kept talking, I was like, I also know where he's going. I'm like, I'm going to just let him have it because I don't have a heart to be like, nah.
Oh.
No, that's why I wanted to get these hot takes with as little context as possible.
Right on.
Fair.
Right on.
All right, next one.
All right, moving on. We've got King BDE, who says, it's actually a pretty decent take. It's not a hot take, in my opinion. Almost nobody talks about how the vast majority of online sex workers make next to no money. For every girl out there bringing in $100K for a month, there are 100K girls bringing in $100 a month.
Well, yeah, that's just math.
So I did get more explanation from him because I didn't understand him at first. He wants more people to talk about the fact that the bell curve of who makes how much is vastly under talked about.
Well,
let me rephrase that.
No, I know what you're saying.
Okay, good. I was like, oh, that didn't come out correctly.
Here's the problem with that, though. No one's talking about the people who aren't doing it yet, because why would I talk about fucking Anna $50 over here when I could talk about Amaranth, who makes too much goddamn money? And I don't.
Well, it's more. It's more like saying. Money. It's more like but appreciating.
If no one knows about her,
No, it's not talking about the girls. It's talking about
the fact that people don't make the money. Yes,
because it's talking about the industry and not the fact that, like, if you start, you gotta know that you're gonna not make much. Not that you're gonna make $100K and be Amaranth tomorrow.
Well, yeah, I don't think that needs to be discussed. I think people need to realize that on their own, because just because this person who's been doing it since the inception of, well, not the inception of OnlyFans, but before.
We know what you're talking.
Thank you. No, nigga, you need to either know how to market already. You can't walk into this with zero. You need to have marketing, know how to take a picture, know how to make a video or something. I don't think that needs to be talked about. I think you need to already realize that, because you should already know the market is wildly, immensely oversaturated.
we know that, Suna, but we both know that there are plenty of people out there who are like, oh, I can take a picture of my boobs. I'll make $1,000 a month. All right, Noodle.
Yeah.
Opinions?
For sure. I understand the appeal of making as much money as somebody else, but having the look slash figure slash whatever it is in that fact of that figure makes or breaks that person. I mean, I know how to market myself. I know which place to distribute my nudes, quote unquote. God, makes me sound so old.
Well, you and Lando definitely have more experience in the making money off of not safe for work stuff, so you should have a better opinion than Suna and I, at least.
I guess.
Where the fuck did you get the idea that makes you sound old? That makes you sound knowledgeable.
That makes me sound old.
All right, Doodle. Moving on to Lando. Lando, thoughts?
I think it's more to Suna's point. I think a lot of it has to do with marketing and production quality. Like when I first started out, nobody knew about what I did. I mean, a lot of people still don't. Like I still technically count myself as a small name, but a lot of it has to do with, who who you're, what kind of, marketing you're willing to like pay for. I never paid for marketing. That's probably another reason why I'm not super well known. But I mean, overnight success, I do think is a thing, but it's very, very rare, and it definitely seems to be heavily catered towards the bizarre, because I mean, like, I personally didn't know who the fuck Bella Delphine or whatever her fucking name was until someone started talking about that bathwater shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's so weird and out of the way that made her basically a bigger success than she already was. I think a lot of it has to do with random happenstance, really good marketing, and production quality. Because I sell pins and animations and commissions. When I first started, they weren't very good. Like, they're heavily sought after now for some weird reason, because that was my ugly period, I suppose. But I think there's nostalgia in that, but I think a lot of it has to do with just it's time, man. A lot of people say it takes, what's that saying? It takes 10 years to become an overnight success. A lot of it's just time, commitment, and just dedication to, this is what I want to do, and with enough time, enough effort, and enough money out of your own pocket, 9 times out of 10, you'll eventually succeed.
Yeah.
But I think the thing with OnlyFans and like online sex working, stuff like that, I think a lot of it's just random.
To be fair, I think it can be applied to your industry as well.
Oh yeah.
It's just
yeah.
He said OnlyFans.
Well, I just figured we were talking in the realms of things like OnlyFans.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's what it is. It's just doubling down on what Suna said. A lot of it is just random luck, something weird and bizarre happenstance, and really good marketing, really good production.
We'll get there one day.
Yes, you will, baby.
All right. So, moving on to the next hot take. We got Kira, who happens to voice our lovely Desiree. But she says, perhaps if you feel the need to announce you are a dom, then chances are you are not.
Not a hot take. Feel like that's more of a true sentiment.
Like I said, these were a lot of mild takes. I took what I could get.
Oh, no, that's
I
understandable.
appreciate all of the takes we got. Noodle, thoughts on... I figured that was all you got to say.
Yeah, that is kind of all I have.
What's up? What did you say? What?
Oh, no.
If you need to say you're a dom, are you really a dom?
I mean... 1, depends on the situation. 2, not really.
All right. Lando?
What exactly was the take? Exactly?
A dom shouldn't have to say that they're a dom.
Right. If you're dominant in bed, you shouldn't need to say you're dominant.
Dude, honestly, I'd have to agree, man. Like, it's an energy thing. Like, whenever you like, I can't speak for everybody, but I'm just speaking my own personal experience to this.
You're good.
I've met several
That's
women.
that's what we're here for.
Yeah, I've met several women over the course of my life that have definitely given the verbal expression of, oh man, yeah, I'm that bitch, I'm this and this, and like you get on behind closed doors and like, okay, you're gonna do all the work and I'm gonna be a starfish, and I'm like, yeah, I figured as much, but like,
Did you say I'm gonna be a starfish?
yeah, just
Yeah,
picture
you never heard of starfish?
picture a starfish laying on the bed.
No.
That's what they do. Just picture a starfish.
No, I know. I've never heard that turn of phrase.
Like, I'm a pillow
I've
princess.
heard it a
I'm a
lot.
pillow princess. No, you're a starfish. But it there's nothing.
Well, there's a
wrong with
big
that.
difference between pillow princess and starfish, and I appreciate that people know the difference.
Here's
now.
the thing, though. If you're a true dom, you'll never be both. You know what I mean? Like, I've definitely met women that I'm like, okay, I know for a fact she's gonna do all the work. You know what I mean? And it's an energy thing, man. It's how they carry themselves. It's not so much what they say. It's more so much how they act. And if you're listening here, and if you know, you know. So yes, I agree that a dom shouldn't have to say they're a dom. It should already, like, 2 drinks in, you should already know.
Actions speak louder than words.
Yeah.
Correct.
All right. So moving on, we got Snoodle, who has a similar take to. I believe Moose said this in our episode with him, but hyper proportions that make the assets like 1,000 to 1 are more of a turn off than a turn on. So essentially, when kind of like Moose put it, if boobs are the only thing on the panel, it's kind of nothing. Doesn't do anything for him. You got to have some proportion of body to boob size.
Well, you're the
whatever you're
expansion guy. Fuse, how do you feel about that?
I 100% agree. If you are making the boobs or the butt or the belly or whatever you're making grow so big that it's taking up the whole picture and like you don't see anything else or nothing else is to enjoy, just nothing. It's boring.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like
no real complaints.
Once you get to this point that like the person is no longer like visible on the screen, pretty much, it's boring. Lando, thoughts?
I mean, if they're...
I know you're not much of an expansion artist, but
Well, I mean,
I'm sure you've
it's...
had people be like, draw the boobs the biggest that's possible.
Yeah, I mean, if they're like you said, covering the face and stuff, I bet that's a bit much. But I mean, you guys have seen my art. I'm a big fan of exaggeration. But I mean, it's as long as it's like stylized and it's not like, as long as one portion of the body isn't overshadowing another to such an extreme to where it's not visually appealing to look at, I think it just comes down to kink, and I'm not kink shaming. If you like huge inflated tits covering someone's face in the entire canvas, that's your bag, baby. But at the same time, I mean, I can't talk too much shit because I draw like really narrow waists and wide hips and huge tits. But I mean, the same can be said to people that complain about things like, why is fantasy female armor so revealing? And it's like, shut up. That's how 80s power fantasy works. Just be happy about it. I'm not here to fucking talk about what like stats of an armor work or how like realistic it is. I want to see the big buff dude slay the dragon and save the princess dressed as Conan. That's fucking badass. But like when it comes to like if you're breaking the norm of it and you're like, okay, I'm just gonna go to the extreme, I think that's a little, again, I'm not kink shaming. I find it a little
boring.
Yeah, just boring, just uncreative in a way. But that's just my take. I mean, I don't care if this pisses anyone off, but I mean, if the tits are so big you can't see the midriff or the waist or the anatomy that makes a human body interesting to look at, I honestly think it's a little lazy. I think if anything, you're hiding your lack of skill.
Yeah.
But that's just me, baby.
Yeah.
I do admit this is a hot take coming from the community Snoodle is in, mostly because he is an expansion artist.
But I'm not saying they're not skilled. It's just, I mean, it's a certain kink for certain people, and if that's your thing, that's fine. But
oh, definitely. It sounds like it's not a hot take, It definitely sounds like it's not a hot take because a lot of people agree. You gotta enjoy all of it, not just some of it. But where Snoodle comes from is like that can be a very hot take for some people to hear.
Well, I mean, power to them. I hope. Well, yeah, I mean, like, in all honesty, if they're an artist and, they're doing their thing, I say fuck everybody. Oh.
We're talking outrageous sizes compared to like stuff you draw.
Well, I mean, if that's what he draws and it makes him happy and it makes his fans happy, I say keep doing it, brother. But I mean, I just, there's nothing wrong with getting out of your comfort zone every now and then. And he might. I'm not saying he doesn't, but I mean, it's just, whenever I look at a human form drawn, even if it's exaggerated to the point of, huge portions of anatomy, I like my eye to move around the drawing. Like, I don't want to just focus on one thing. I understand that's the focal point, literally, but I like looking around it. Whenever I look at art, I look at it and I'm like, oh wow, this artist did this part of the body really good. I'm gonna put that in my reference folder because I like how he did it. But if all of it's hidden, I have nothing to, you know what I mean? But power to that guy, whoever he is. I hope your art journey's going really well, man. I'm glad you got fans that like your stuff.
He's a I wouldn't say a budding artist, but he's definitely in the like early stages of being an artist. So I appreciate him. He was awesome for giving me an answer.
Yeah, he sounds like a good boy.
Moving on to our last hot take for the evening. We've got Robo Gogo with he believes that NSFW should have higher caliber writing and stories. There should be more world building and lore, not that it should be grim and dark and serious, but something that activates the imagination outside the initial viewing.
No. Sometimes I just want big titties. Then I don't always need a story.
Yeah, to be fair, he did expand on it slightly and say, sometimes, yes, sex needs to be sex, but also world building is fun.
No, I will not disagree that world building is fun. I like JRPGs for fuck's sake. But no. Okay, for someone like Mr. Etsum who has to do stuff like that, yeah, make sure your shit is top-notch good quality. Noodle, I don't need world building from Ghost fanfic. So, like no.
Lando, what's your thoughts on world building?
Oh, did this bitch die?
I think Noodle is gone.
But regarding this question, honestly, I think you can categorize the kind of people that agree with this and disagree with this into honestly a 50-50% ratio, right? Because some people watch porn for story. Some people watch hentai for story and fucking. Some people just watch hentai and skip through until they see the fucking thumbnail of when she's getting fucked pop up, you know what I mean? Like, I would suggest to this person, right? Visual novels. Visual novels give a very good mix of both because it gives you like, it gives you like the fucking you want, and it gives you like, in-depth character development if the writer's good, and it gives a little world building, and it depends honestly, because it's funny because I'll be watching some animes and I'll be like, they should just make this a hentai. You know what I mean?
Love 100 Girlfriends.
Yeah, like you'll watch some stuff on TV and you're like, dude, just show the tit. You know what I mean? Like, it's basically what everybody's thinking anyway, and a fucking not safe for work artist is just gonna riddle the internet with fucking images and videos of this character anyway. Just make it a hentai, bro. Like, don't give me all that fucking, oh no, oh my god, look at my tits jiggle in this fucking two-piece swimsuit, and it's just like, just fuck her, dude. Just show us the tit.
I completely agree.
I don't know if that's much of an answer, but
agree.
I guess my answer is it's split into 50-50.
You know what? I am surprised. What's a good word?
Flabbergasted.
I'm flabbergasted, thank you, that no one brought up AI in the top take conversation.
Well, AI.
I did leave out one person's. Beetle Bomb. He said that people need to stop freaking out about like the same thing they've been freaking out about AI and talk about the wider variety of AI, not just AI art.
In terms
The
of
wider
good things or bad
application of
things?
AI. And just in general. He's kind of
Yeah.
tired of the whole, like, AI is taking over art, and he wants to hear more than just that.
I can't agree with him more on some real shit. Like, I still pay my artists because AI can't do what I want done. So,
Well, he wants to hear about the application of AI in, like, the medical field and the
oh yeah,
business
no, I
field
think
and all the other fields.
okay, maybe
It's just
not
kinda,
business, but definitely
yeah.
medical.
That was just the first two things that came to mind. But he just wants to hear more talk, not just one full point.
Understandable. As a non-artist, I get where he's coming from. I agree.
Lando, what do you think about that? Should we talk about the wider use of AI or continue to just say it's bad?
Well, I mean, it's interesting, right? I feel like AI has a lot of different uses. Like for God's sakes, dude, I used AI to make a funny rap album for this dude I work with, and I drew album art for it, and I turned it into CDs and printed off album art, and went up to him like an autistic idiot and said, "Oh my God, can I get your autograph?" I think if you use AI for purity and fun, I think I think it can be used well. But I mean, like AI imagery, it's kind of a double-edged sword. Like every now and then, I'm not gonna lie, every now and then I'll Google like AI this, AI that, if I'm looking for something really specific for reference. I think it's useful for referencing. I think it's very useful if you're an artist to use it for reference. Because, I mean, think about it. Like, let's say I'm writing like a sci-fi horror film set in the Caribbean and there's pirates. So I'm like, okay, what would a background for that look like? I have a pretty good idea. Let me just type in Caribbean island infested with zombies, but there's ghost pirate ships and there's spaceships in the background. Like, you're not going to find real reference of that. You know what I mean? But like, if you use it for referencing, I think it's
Yeah.
useful. But like using it to like finish your homework or write your novels or do your art for you, I think it's just lazy. My question is, why can't AI be used to like do shit I don't want to do? AI is only being used for shit I want to do. So it's kind of weird. Like, why haven't we created AI that like does our dishes or makes our bed or, you know what I mean? Like, why aren't we using it for something practical that will save us time and money instead of giving us too much time and making no money? You know what I mean?
All right. So, Lando, you've been here before. You know what Last Call is. But for those who are listening who don't know what Last Call is, it's where we host and the guest give our last thoughts, opinions, questions, feelings, and concerns about the topic of the day. So, Suna, we'll start with you.
I don't know if our friends understood the assignment. I really don't. That or if they just didn't have any. I feel like they felt pressured to give you an answer so that they just thought something, but not necessarily something controversial.
I think it was
But
50-50. They were trying to give me something in the split second they saw my message, as well as the pressure of needing to get an answer. So I give them props for coming up with something in like 30 seconds.
I utterly despise being the most neurotypical person here. I would have immediately been like, "Hey, give me some time to think."
I will
Or
tell
how
you
much time do I have to
the
give you an
three
answer?
people who said give me some time
Uh-huh.
didn't have hot takes when I came back. So
How much time did you give them?
a week.
Oh my God. Okay. All right.
So
Lando, you go. Lando, you go before I say something to get us canceled.
I mean, I had a good time, you know. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say everything was a hot take, but I feel like at least half of them were pretty decent. I had fun. Appreciate y'all having me back, but I mean, it sucks how, you know, Noodle and Suna seemed like they were kind of done. But I mean, just have fun with it, man. Like even if none of these are hot takes, I mean, I got to sit around, have some good conversation, drink a few beers, man. It's a good time for me. All good, baby.
All right,
Noodles are
perfect.
drunk. I'm upset. Well, those are a little different.
We'll be happy, bro.
Different reasons outside of the podcast.
Yeah.
Look, man, you're at the Lusty Lounge, bro. Leave all your problems at the door, bro. Because it's fun in here.
See, that's what I think, Lando. I agree. But for my last thoughts and concerns, I do just want to tell everybody these hot takes were taken very quickly, very out of context, just because I wanted to leave them like as hot as I could, because they were kind of mild. But I know some folks would like some context to some of the things that were said. But that's what a hot take's for.
Let me add
No
something.
context.
Let me add something real quick, man. Let me add something just real quick. Listen, man. You, right there.
You're good.
You
Go.
listening. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. These guys feel really pressured into giving you guys a good time. They want you guys to be entertained. They want you guys to have fun. If you didn't have fun, fuck off then. I had fun. You should have fun. Just kick back and have a beer next episode. If you didn't like this one, listen to one that made you happy, and maybe they'll make you one that makes you happy. If you didn't like this one, I don't give a fuck. They tried their best, okay? So you guys need to stop beating yourself up about this episode. You hear me? You're epic. Keep going, dude.
All right. Thank you, Lando. So now with that, would you like to plug where the folks can find you?
Yeah, sure. I mean, got a Twitter, Lando Labs, got a Blue Sky, Lando Labs, got an Instagram, Lando Labs, got a Facebook, Lando Labs, got an Etsy, Lando Labs. And if you ever need anything done, on my Twitter bio and Blue Sky, all the links are there. If you ever need anything done.
I was going to say you were working on some freshly made commission sheets for folks to commission you, correct?
Yeah, just pumped out a new commission sheet, some slightly lower prices, you know what I'm saying? Because I got some big things on the way. The game demo, I'm working on a game. The demo's almost done.
Oh, hey. Yeah. We're going to need like 2 or 3 copies for that game.
Oh, that's fine, man.
Forgot.
You guys don't even have to worry about it. I'll give you.
Oh, it's a visual novel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Damn it!
Was that bad?
Okay.
No, we just got through one. We're
not even through it. We still have to finish Doki Doki, and then we have to do Valhalla, which is longer than Doki Doki.
Well, there you go. Well, I will say.
And reading is hard.
Well, I will say the team we got working on it. I'm doing all the art for it, but like the sound guys, they're doing a really good job. The writers are doing a good job. We got some big voice actresses in the Not Safe for Work community. It's going to be fully voice acted. Hopefully some people are going to recognize some of the voices, and there's going to be some animation in it too, and some they're going to be grunting and fucking and moaning. It's going to be a good time, man. So whenever it's out, go check it out.
Hot. We'll let the people know when the game comes out.
Yeah, baby.
But
all right, Puce, wrap it up.
I don't need to do the plugs, or do I?
No.
But thank you guys for listening. Everybody have a good night. All of us will continue to have a good night, hopefully. Or
I'm gonna fucking you know what? Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But everybody say goodbye.
Bye.
My